A lot of people ask me how it is that I became a telepath. And I want you guys to know that telepathy is a real thing. If I'm being perfectly honest with you, I've never really felt comfortable in this world. I've never felt safe in this world. So you don't actually have to like this place to move to a higher level of consciousness. A lot of people have a misconception that you have to fake it till you make it, or you have to positive think your way through it all. No, because that's inauthentic. You always want to start from what's true to you. And my entire life, I've always felt like something was off with this place. Something didn't sit right. So the thing about that is that when you're suffering inside, or you're experiencing a lot of grief or pain or sadness or loneliness, you can actually begin to utilize that energy of your pain, your anger, whatever it might be. For me, it was never anger. I think anger is when we project pain onto others. And for me, I never really wanted to hurt people. I just had a lot of pain. And so you can channel that pain. And this is going to sound a little out there, a little cuckoo, but it's true. You don't actually have to like this place. What you can do is you can channel the pain to broadcast a very strong signal out into the universe. And as you continually practice this, your aim gets more precise. So you eventually find the bullseye. And you might be thinking, well, what is the bullseye? The bullseye is when you're able to reach out to, if you will, or place a telephone call to non-physical beings who are part of your family. Now, because we live in such a dense world, it's really important to use your entire body, the fire, the anger, the pain, really utilizing all of that to broadcast that signal. Eventually what happens is these beings start to work with you more closely, and then rather than sending a signal out into the universe, the telepathy becomes effortless. But I had to spend countless years working with my body, with my energy, to reach out in a very specific way. So a lot of spiritual teachers and so on will tell you, well, you know, it's all, heaven is already here, which is true. But you have to understand that there are different realities within this reality. There's the lower, denser worlds, and then there's a higher density, which I guess you can call heaven. But it's a place where you're no longer participating in this crazy battle in your mind anymore. And again, you don't have to like this place. It's all about being real, because your initial intuition is always right. My initial intuition always told me there was something off about this place. And it's thanks to that I was able to convert my pain and begin to send these electric / magnetic pulses out into the field. And when these non-physical beings found me, they started working with me and showing me the ropes. So this is kind of how you become a telepath. But everyone has the ability to be a telepath. But I'll be honest with you, you do have to pay your dues. What I mean by paying your dues is you have to get so squeaky and loud in the universe, so squeaky and loud, that your presence is irrefutable. You are known throughout the galaxies as someone who's like, get me the fuck out of here. And then the whole thing starts to become funny and playful, because you're not really tethering yourself to all the stuff that you used to internalize and take on. So it's pretty cool. But you don't have to like this place. A lot of the pain was specifically designed to be channeled to then send out these very strong signals out into the universe. And with practice, you start to get a reply. Oh my God. Oh, you start to get all these replies, and then the telepathy starts to exponentiate. Your sensory perception starts to enhance. And it's almost, you have to think of it as like you have all these walls in your mind, and you in a way have to like rip through them, through this, through the pain that you're channeling for a positive purpose, for answers, if you will, for a response from something out there. And then that thing eventually responds. See, a lot of people in this world will think of anger as a negative thing. Again, I didn't have anger, but anger is not a negative thing. It can actually be used or channeled to, everything is energy. So keep that in mind. It can be used to, and when you do that with intent and desire to connect, or you're looking for deeper meaning in your life, something will eventually bite. Something will eventually reply. And when it does, you just have to pay attention. And then you have to start developing a relationship with it. For me, it's non-physical beings, and they teach me everything. And then you eventually kind of become one of them while you still have a physical body. But one thing I want you to know is that it's kind of like a video game. You have to kind of climb the ladder, if you will. So all those years where I trained myself at the gym was a gift, because I got so detailed with my body, so proficient when it came to understanding how to isolate certain parts of my body. And then when I finally quit the gym because these beings told me to, I realized that it evolved into working with my energetic body, which is, it kind of feels similar to a physical body, if I'm being honest, but it's an energetic body. And then you can use that and use a lot of power and strength to make your presence known in the universe and make yourself known to these other beings. And it's like a video game, and you move up levels, and then it gets easier, but you do have to pay your dues. You have to pay your dues with everything in life. It's just how it works. But the lower world isn't going to go anywhere. You're just graduating from that level. And that world is still going to serve people who need that world, who need that world to be a mirror for them. So people are still going to have to be participatory in a lower world to eventually realize, oh, this is not what I want. It's time for me to get real about how unhappy I am. And when you do, when you get really real about this life, like, I've never been fake about it. And I think that's why I've been able to establish contact with these non-physical beings. So anyways, I have a dinner shortly. I should probably get going. I love you.